All right, welcome everybody to our Zoom presentation for this evening. For those of you that I have not previously met, my name is Todd. I'm broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, entertainment capital of the world. And so we're going to get going here momentarily, just uploading our PowerPoint. But excited that all of you guys are here tonight. I promise you we're going to make it worth your while. Now, we're going to be telling you about a company that's doing things in travel that have just simply never, ever been done before. Now, I'm a big believer that documentation beats conversation. We are going to validate those statements throughout tonight's very short presentation and give you guys an understanding as to who we are, where we're going, why we're exploding, more importantly, why you might want to participate. Now, for those of you that have not heard my story, my wife, Jean, and I, we raised our girls in California. My wife managed a Kohl's department store. I did that for 20 years. And, was the manager of a Kohl's department store. You make a living, but, you're not getting rich. I mean, you're living paycheck to paycheck like everybody else. Well, we had a daughter that played softball, and she got a Division I softball scholarship. Well, she had this incredible collegiate career. So next thing you know, we're traveling the entire country, to catch all her collegiate games. We're living in hotels. We're living in rental cars. As you can imagine, this is getting expensive. So we were receptive to the idea of saving money on travel. We learned about this company, said, hey, let's give it a shot. Hey, next thing you know, we were booking hotels 50% off, sometimes 70% off, sometimes only 30%. But we were saving a bloody fortune. Well, as the other sports parents found out about the rates we were paying versus the rates they were paying, they're like, wait a minute, how did you get that rate? I'm like, it's this travel thing we joined. They're like, what travel thing and how do we join? And so, guys, that's all the tougher the sale was. Showing people how to do something, one, they were already doing, but for 50, 60, 70% off, or showing people the thing they've been dreaming of doing, but at a price they never even knew was possible. Well, you're soon going to discover that the number one thing shared on social media is travel. Nobody goes on vacation without doing a photo dump. But with us, people weren't just bragging about where they went, they were bragging about what they paid, which caused all their friends and family to say, wait a minute, you went where for what price? How did you get that rate? It's this travel thing we joined, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Guys, it's spread to 78 different countries. In fact, a week from tonight, I will be doing presentations in Mongolia. And then I will be in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan. I mean, guys, this thing is spread all over the world. And it just blows me away because my wife and I barely speak one language. I was born and raised in Champaign, Illinois. And that's farmland, right? I mean, we're surrounded by all the farms. I never saw an ocean, never saw a mountain until I was 26, never left the country until a few years ago. And now we have customers in 78 different countries. And the company paid us over $1 million last year. Now, we're not alone. There's actually 2 families now in our company earning over $1 million per year. There are 4 families making over $500,000 per year, nearly 100 families making over $100,000 a year. There's thousands of families making $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 per month, tens of thousands of families that are earning free travel or maybe just $500 a month, okay? But guys, this program is absolutely exploding. We are doubling in size every 8 to 12 months. We're doing tens of millions in revenue. We paid out tens of millions of dollars in commissions around the globe. We're in our 13th year. By the way, we have offices on 3 different continents. The company has customer service in multiple languages. As you look at that amazing couple there on the screen, those are our founders. That's David and Adela Hart. They are world-class entrepreneurs. In fact, Mr. David Hart was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year, Inc. magazine. Now, when you guys look at the travel industry, this happens to be the single largest industry in the world. Nothing comes close to the size and the magnitude of the travel industry. In fact, when you look at the oil industry, because we all know there's big time money in gas and oil, travel is twice the size as the oil industry. And according to Bloomberg Finance, in the next 9 years, it will become 3 times the size. So travel is booming. Why? The one thing everybody wants to do. And you can do your own market research. Just ask the next 20 people that you bump into. If you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you do? I'd travel. Ask people about their bucket list. The list of things they want to do before they die, right? I mean, 3 very important words. Before you die, what are the things you want to do in this life? And people begin to mention all these travel destinations. And you say, wow, if these are your dreams, why don't you go? And the answer is almost always the same. Well, I can't afford it. Hey, what if I could show you how to book that trip right now? 30, 50, 70% off, in all seriousness. Better yet, what if I could show you how you could work with our company and you could earn that trip for free? It would cost you nothing. Nada, goose egg, zip, zilch, cero dinero. It translates in every language. If it's for free, it's for me. And guys, that has been our calling card. Not just showing people how to save money on travel, showing people how to earn free travel. And then if you so choose, you can partner with our company. You can turn fun into fortune, passion into profit, and you guys can end up making a tremendous amount of money like tens of thousands of other people around the globe. Now, when you get involved with our membership, number one, you're going to be able to book it better than travel agent rates on resorts, hotels, cruises, car rentals, parks, tours, activities, entertainment, show tickets, concert tickets, NFL tickets. Guys, there's so many ways. Our CEO founder went to the game last night. He was at the Raiders versus Chargers game. I'm on the phone with him when he's booking the tickets. He's like, man, you could save a lot of money on our platform with the tickets. I mean, they save hundreds of dollars per ticket just last night. There's so many ways to save money. You're going to Six Flags. Oh, you're eating out. Oh, you're going to the movies. Oh, you're going to Disney. Oh, okay, you're going on some kind of an excursion, right? I mean, there's so many ways to save money. You're going to hear from people tonight that are saving over $10,000 per year with our membership. Well, guys, understand that we have 3 levels of membership. We have our small, our medium, and then the one that everyone actually buys. The small, it's only costs $600 a year. The medium, it costs $900 a year. The large, it costs $1,600 a year. Now, for $1,600 a year, you're getting 2 actual 4- and 5-star vacations every single year. Now, understand, guys, most people have never even been on a 4- and 5-star vacation. I hadn't. I'd never been to a JW Marriott. I'd never been to a Ritz-Carlton. I'd never been to the Grand Hyatt. I mean, growing up as kids, we were lucky to go to a campground and have a shower at it. I mean, most people are more on my side of the equation than on that side of the equation. And with our membership, guys, you and your family are going to be going on 4- and 5-star vacations every 6 to 7 months. Now, if the biggest membership we have costs $1,600, and some people are saving 10 grand a year, some are saving 8 grand a year, some are saving 5 grand a year, 3 grand a year, but you're saving multiples more than what it costs for the membership. So what's the membership cost you? Nothing. In fact, it's making me money. And so if the membership costs you nothing, in fact, it's making you money because saving money is making money, then what are the vacations costing you? Nothing. There it is. That's the first way that you can travel the world completely for free. And guys, I've just begun to prosecute that case. I will continue to document that throughout our short presentation and annotate and highlight over and over again, guys. This is not about spending money. This is about making money, saving money, and living the life of your dreams without tapping into the already stretched family budget. We know that families are strapped. We know that families are tight. We don't want any of your existing money. We're going to create new money. We're going to create new savings. There's a lot of ways to do that, and I'm going to document that tonight. But by the time we're done, you're going to realize, wow, I can start living the life of my dreams, and it's not going to take away from anything I'm currently doing. We're creating the savings. We're creating the money. We're creating the circumstances to be able to do that. Now, let's get into some of the details here. Number one, when you book with our company, you are absolutely positively guaranteed to save money every single time. In fact, if you can find a rate lower than ours on any public site, good luck with that. But if you do, get fired up, get excited, because not only will we match that rate, we will refund 10% of your money. Now, this is the documentation side of our business. This is a pricing demonstration right here on the screen. These are screenshots. And guys, we do live pricing demonstrations throughout the week. So this is obviously a screenshot. It's on the screen, it's on the slide. But we do live ones too, where you can actually watch us. So you can put it into Expedia and you watch it go, just look at all the stuff up, right? And then we do it on ours. You can actually watch it, do the search, and you get to see the price example on the screen. But when you see it live with your own eyes, city by city, You want to go to Vegas? Oh, you want to go to Orlando? Oh, you want to go to Miami? Oh, you're going to Chicago? Oh, you meant LA? Oh, you're going to Boston? Oh, you're going to Tokyo, London, Barcelona, Venice, Paris? Where do you want to go? Name the place. We cannot wait to do a live pricing demonstration because the documentation beats the conversation. The numbers are there on the screen. The numbers don't lie. And the numbers tell you that we're bringing a new model to the travel industry, showing people how to do the one thing they've wanted to do their entire life at a price they never knew was possible. Now, the first question that tends to come up, how are you guys getting a better rate than Expedia? Expedia is $4,400. You're $2,300. You're $2,136 less. How are you getting a better rate than them? And guys, the answer is very simple. We do not have a better rate than them. $2,300 is the rate. Expedia chose to mark it up to $4,463. And then they chose to buy up every travel site you can think of, so that when you price shop, you go from travel site to travel site to travel site to travel site, believing you're price shopping. They try to make you believe that you're price shopping, while the whole time they're sitting back laughing, going, I wonder who they're going to choose. Because the money comes to the same place no matter who you choose. The fix was in, and you can verify that in a number of different ways. But remember, I'm a big believer in the documentation over the conversation. So what I'm going to do for you right now is I'm going to play for you a very short clip from NBC News investigative reports. Here we go. Hold on real quick, guys. I got to make sure I turn my sound on. Okay, there we go.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of one or two companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company. Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by one or two companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites. All right, guys, you got to hear it directly for yourselves from NBC News investigative reports, guys, that shopping around is a waste of time. The same two companies own every single travel site you can think of, and calling the hotel directly isn't going to help either. Why? Because the hotels get all their business from these same two companies. If you undercut their rate, they'll kick you off their platform, enjoy bankruptcy. So there's this kind of price collusion that's happening in the travel space. Let me give you one more example, guys. This is a place in San Diego. Look at their price, right? $5,000. Our price, $1,923. If you guys zoom in on the room, it's the same hotel, the same date, the same room, the same everything. It is a $3,100 price difference. I mean, at some level, that should infuriate you. How many moms and dads dream of taking their kids out to San Diego? Man, we're going to go to the beach. We're going to go to the zoo. We're going to go to SeaWorld. And mom was like, we ain't going anywhere. Why? Because I got some internet site jacking the rate up, making travel untenable because they want to make $3,000 on the booking. That ends tonight. We're bringing a brand new model. We're allowing people to book at what's called the travel agent rate. So how does our model work? We're using the Netflix model. If you think about Netflix, Netflix does not make money selling movies. Netflix makes money selling a membership that allows you to watch an unlimited number of movies. Guys, we don't make money selling travel. We make money selling a membership that allows you to book travel at no markup. Hence, you're booking travel for $1,923 instead of $5,000. We're saving the consumer an absolute fortune. Here's another example. 44 cruise lines, guys, their price, our price, their price $6,400, our price $5,000, just saved the consumer $1,400. I can sit here and do this all night. I can go hotel by hotel, rental car by rental car, cruise ship by cruise ship, excursion by excursion,
NFL ticket by NFL ticket, concert tickets, movie tickets, museums, shopping, dining. The bottom line is that people are saving thousands of dollars more than it even costs for the biggest membership we sell. And the biggest membership we sell gives you 2 actual 4- and 5-star vacations every 12 to 14 months. So let me show you the kinds of vacations that you're going to become accustomed to. Now, these are our getaways. So we have 2 kinds. We have our getaways, we have our world tours. Now, the getaways, there's 360,000 weeks available right this very moment. And I want to be clear, guys, this is not a timeshare. Hashtag never, ever, ever buy a timeshare. Okay, no timeshare. There are no blackout dates. There are no contracts. You can cancel anytime you wish, no penalties. There are no presentations. You don't have to become a travel agent. I mean, there's no lack of inventory. None of the old entanglements you might think about with other companies apply to this model. That's why people love it. We're bringing something brand new. And so we have 360,000 weeks. You want to get a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, full kitchen, living room, dining room, flat screen TV, these kinds of places. We have them all over the world. You can book them 24/7, 365. Where do you want to go? On the screen, this is a place my wife and I went to. This is in Garza Blanca. This is a place, it's in Cabo San Lucas. This is called Garza Blanca. So we're in Cabo San Lucas at the resort Garza Blanca. That's my wife, Gina. Hi, honey. As we look over the balcony here, guys, you see the roof of the swim-up bar, obviously the pristine beach, all the different swimming pools, the palm trees, multiple restaurants. They had a restaurant up on the roof and an infinity pool. I mean, guys, we left the door open all day, all night because you could hear the waves. Lay in bed, just listen to the waves crash. You never get tired of that sound. And guys, we were here 7 nights, 8 days for nothing, 0. This is just one of the 2 trips we get every single year. You want to go to the Canary Islands? It's going to cost you $1 per night to be in a 5-star resort. Our owner, Mr. David Hart, he's worth about $100 million. He can travel and vacation anywhere he wants, anytime he wants. But last month, he used our platform, the same platform you get access to. He went and booked a 2-bedroom in Cabo San Lucas. He booked it at Cabo Azul, A-Z-U-L. And if you Google Cabo Azul, you'd be like, oh my gosh, if I was worth $100 million, I'd come here too. It's amazing. Place is incredible. He had a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, full kitchen, beautiful place, $250 for the entire 8 days. Not $250 a night, $250, that was the entire price. You have access to the exact same place, the exact same rate, anytime you want to go. You want to take the kids to Disney. You get a 2-bedroom, the kids got their own bedroom, mom and dad got their own bedroom, you got a jacuzzi tub in the master suite, now it's the honeymoon suite. You got the kitchen, the living room, right outside of Disney, guys. It's $142. I mean, so we have this kind of stuff again on every continent, every kind of resort destination. Now, the signature thing we do is our world tours. This is the thing that people rave about. Now, the world tours are at preset dates, preset locations. That means that lots of people from our company are going to go to the same place at the exact same time. Now, I want to be clear. When you land, no one's going to know you're part of our company. You can go there with your family, have a great time. I don't even know those people, right? You just go do your own thing. However, when you're there at the resort, you're going to see all kinds of people like me wearing that Chivorium shirt, like I got on right now. You're going to see people with the Chivorium, thermoses, right? They got the Chivorium water bottles. They got the Chivorium hats and backpacks, and they got the Chivorium flip-flops. You can see my buddy Adam there in his Chivorium Speedo, okay? I mean, you're going to see Chivorium everywhere and places you don't want to see it. Anyway, you're going to say, wow, you're part of Chivorium. Where are you from? And you're going to meet people from all over the world. I was in Prague not that long ago. I was in the Czech Republic. And I'd never been to Prague. I mean, it's magical. If you've never been there, put it on your list. We're at a 5-star resort, breakfast included, in Prague for $1. $1. Now, you would think that's the magic. 5-star, Prague, for $1, but it's not. It was the 300 other people we were there with from all over the world, 22 different countries. And guys, when you're there with like-minded people, every time you turn around, you're meeting somebody brand new, and like you have a conversation that feels like 4 minutes, but you've been talking for over 40 minutes. It's like, oh my gosh, you could be my new BFF. Then you go around the corner and you meet somebody else. And it's the same thing. And you're like, man, these are the greatest people ever. Yeah, they're people just like you. And when you get around like-minded people, it just creates this epic, unbelievable euphoria, and you happen to be in an exotic destination at a 5-star resort at the same time, you're like, okay, I get it. I don't want to travel any other way. And for the tens of thousands of people who've been going on trips with us, they're hooked. Man, I don't want to do it any other way. This is the greatest vacation experience I've ever had in my entire life. So let me show you some of the types of destinations that you're going to get to choose from. Now, we have 10 to 18 of these every single month. No lack of places to go. So this is a place in Cancun. Now, this is the Oasis. It's a 5-star resort, all the food, all the drinks, everything included. Obviously, as you can tell, we're ocean front. As you look over the thing here, you're going to see the swimming pool. Okay, there's the swim up bar. Again, all the alcohol's included, all the food, right? I mean, all you want to eat. You got the beach. Look at the hammocks over the water there. I mean, isn't that incredible? Look at those hammocks right above the water. Then you got this amazing city view. So at night, it's beautiful because all those buildings light up. You got the sunset right there. And look at this. We have a jacuzzi tub on our balcony. Now, guys, when you're sitting in your jacuzzi, sipping champagne, feeling the ocean breeze in your face, watching the sunset, all the food, all the drinks, everything included, it's going to be a good night, okay? Now, here's my wife, right? There she is sipping the champagne. Where'd she get the champagne? When we got to the room, it was on ice in our room. Chocolate-covered strawberries. This is our living room. We had two bedrooms. We had a living room, a bedroom. We had 2 bathrooms, 2 TVs, 2 balconies, right? All the food, all the drinks, all the booze, everything included, guys, $399. Now, this is Crete, Greece. I mean, look at this resort. You can come here, all the food, all the drinks, all the booze, everything for $179. This is my friend Hillary. She was just there. Oops, got to turn the sound up.
Crete, Greece, I have to show you my room. It's unbelievable.
Kind of speed this up a little bit here. She's kind of showing the room, right? Yeah, I got a bed. Great. You look at this. Ocean front. I mean, guys, all the food, all the drinks, everything included for $179. This is a place in Sicily, Italy. This is the Grand Palladium. All the food, all the drinks, all the high-end restaurants, right? Again, everything included. Look at that, ocean front. This is a place in Vail, Colorado. This is one of the nicest ski resorts in the world. It's the Grand Hyatt. Guys, this is a 5-star. Look at this room. I got a fireplace in the room. I took a picture of the back of my door. Look at the prices. $1,700 a night to stay here at the Grand Hyatt. We were there, guys, for 5 days. And by the way, the breakfast for 2 people is $96. We had breakfast included. We were there 5 days, breakfast included, 5-star resort for $399. We got this stuff all 10 to 18 different places every month. You want to go to Venice, Italy? $259. You want to go to Dubai? You'll be in a 5-star resort 6 days. How about $7? You want to go to Montego Bay? All the food, all the drinks, oceanfront, 5-star. You and your spouse, less than $600. You want to go to Las Vegas, Nevada? $4 per night. Guys, you can't afford to stay home for $4 per night. How about the beaches of Hawaii for $100 a day? How about going to Manhattan for $399? How about going to the Ritz-Carlton in Qatar? Voted one of the nicest, guys, they won an award. Look right here at the bottom. Awarded as one of the best hotels on the entire planet. It's a Ritz-Carlton. You, your spouse, your 2 kids with breakfast and dinner included, $349. Again, you can't afford to stay home for $349. How about getting one of those private bungalows in the Maldives? Guys, we have places all over the world, and we have 3 levels of membership. We have our small, our medium, and then the one that everyone actually buys. So the small, it's $52 per month, $600 per year. Now, what am I getting for $600? I'm getting to book it better than travel agent rates on hotels, rental cars, cruises, excursions, shopping, dining, show tickets, concert tickets. Again, you know, my buddy Jeff Miner rented a truck, say $1,400 on a single truck rental. Guys, that's 2.5 years worth of membership that you just covered with one truck rental. My wife and I were searching for real estate, and we stayed over $2,000 staying in the hotels. My friends Norman and Annette, they had friends that bought Dallas Cowboy tickets, saved $1,800. Our owner bought tickets to the game last night. Went and saw the Raiders Chargers. I think he saved, it was like $475 on 2 tickets. I mean, guys, the membership only costs $600 for the year. I mean, just pay for the entire membership with one single transaction. You will save thousands of dollars on that membership. If you then say, you know what, give me the next membership, the next one up, it's $22 more per month. What am I getting for the extra 22 bucks? You're getting one actual vacation every year. Now, the vacation's not quite as sexy, the pricing, as I showed you throughout the presentation. So when I showed you the Canary Islands for $1 per night, that was assuming you were a platinum, the biggest membership. If you're on the medium membership, you can't get it for $1 per night. It's going to cost you like 14 bucks a night. You're like, wait a minute, I'm at a 5-star for $14 a night. Are you kidding me? That's still unbelievable. I know, it's just not as good as platinum. And then if you do the platinum, that's our number one seller, 95% of our sales happen at the platinum level. Why? Because most people, by the time they do the math, if they spend a little time, a little due diligence, you're like, wait a minute, there's like 5 different ways this membership is going to cost me nothing. 5 different ways this membership is going to put thousands of dollars in my pocket, and yet I still get 2 vacations a year? Well, if the whole thing's for free, then I might as well take the more vacations over the less vacations, the better pricing over the worse pricing. So 95% of our sales come into platinum. Now with the platinum, you're getting the 2 vacations every 12 to 14 months. You're getting the tier 1 pricing. You're getting everything else I talked about. And it's only $269 one time only. And then 30 days later, it's $135 per month. Unless you're like my friend Trudy out of Barbados, who went and got 3 people her very first day. She's never paid the company $135 per month ever. She went and got 3 people, and she's now earning commission for those 3 referrals, and they take the membership cost straight out of her commissions and coming off her credit card. So she's got a membership that's saving her thousands of dollars, and she's not even paying for it. So there's so many ways you can begin to travel the world completely for free. So you say, okay, Todd, well, tell me about the money-making side of things. How does that work? Well, that's a $99 decision. Again, for $99, you get your replicated website, your ID number, your back office, the tracking, the training, Trevorium University, and then you go see a local tax professional. And when you see a local tax professional, you're going to find out that you can write off your house, spouse, kids, meals, travel, entertainment, cell phones, miles on your automobile. There's so many ways that you can save money on taxes. But rather than take my word for it, we happen to have a couple of different tax professionals on the call tonight. And so I want to check in with Miss Alicia Mosley. Hey, Alicia, are you with us by chance? And I didn't set up Alicia ahead of time. So if you can't come on, Alicia, no big deal. No sweat.
I'm here, Todd. Can you hear me?
I sure can, Miss Alicia. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. So, Alicia, I just mentioned tax savings, and I happen to see your name on here, and you happen to be a tax professional, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how many years you done taxes?
38.
38 years you've been doing taxes, okay? And so I just told everybody that they could save some money on taxes with this home-based travel business. Is that an accurate statement?
That is absolutely an accurate statement.
And what kind of money are we talking about? What kind of money can people save? What kind of write-offs can they tap into?
Well, like you said, they can write off their house, their spouse, their children, mileage, food, cell phones, utilities. I mean, your lifestyle becomes a tax write-off. So literally anything that you do, you can figure out a way to write it off on your taxes. So now some of the people that have had to pay in end up getting money back because they can write off all of those deductions. You can, I mean, you've heard people talk about saving $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. Those trips that they're taking, the money that they're paying out because they are a travel professional, they can write it off on their taxes.
Wow. Alicia, we need to have you do a training on one of our Saturday calls on all the different things that people can do. That would be incredible. But guys, when you understand that what Alicia shared with you, if I'm going to save thousands of dollars in real money in my pocket, and the biggest membership only costs $1,600, I got Uncle Sam paying for the entire membership. So I got a membership that's saving me thousands of dollars, more than I'm spending. I told 3 people I'm not even paying for the membership. And now I got Uncle Sam letting me write off all this stuff. I got Uncle Sam giving me thousands of dollars back in taxes. Again, guys, we haven't even covered all the ways yet. This is not about spending money. This is about making money, saving money, and living the life that you've always dreamed of without tapping into the already stretched family budget. I told you we're going to create new money. We're going to create new savings, new economy, new revenue, so that you can begin to live the life of your dreams. But without we understand where you're at today. Living paycheck to paycheck. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you. Hey, we want to show people how to climb from that spot where they're at to the spot where they'd like to be. Now, Miss Leisha, before I let you go, I know that you brought on Kathy Mosby. She had this most incredible story because she's brand new, Kathy, and she tried to tell her son about this, who naturally, not a bad thing, naturally was skeptical and like, I don't know about all that, Mom, right? But then, if you don't mind, Leisha, what happened from there?
Well, we went on our website and looked at the same trip that he had took for an extended weekend. He paid $2,500, and we found it for a little over $1,500. So he would have saved over $1,000, and that's with no points at all. So he was like, "Oh, okay." But then while he was there, he ran into a guy that was from Trevorian that was there doing his wedding, and he was there for an extended period of time for free. And so her son was like, "Mom, I just met this guy from Trevorium, and he's here for free, and he's doing his wedding. We can do this." So somebody else actually convinced him that this can be done.
Yeah, again, guys, when people realize it's for free, they say, hey, it's for me. All right. Hey, Leisha, congratulations to you, to Kathy, to the entire team. Thank you for coming on and sharing some of your expertise as a tax professional for the benefit of everybody. And guys, one of the reasons I paused on that moment, I read an article January the 1st, and that article said that over half the United States, half the country, currently does not, I'll say again, does not even have $5,000 in their bank account right this very moment. Well, if you understood what Miss Leisha Mosley just shared with you a second ago, that means that by simply having a Trevorium travel home-based business and working it with an intention for a profit, every single one of those families, half the United States, can put more money in their bank account this year alone than they have accumulated working where they're working the last 10, 20, 30 years. I mean, guys, it is mind-boggling the amount of economic difference you can make for a family just on the tax savings for simply trying, right? For simply, hey, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And so, again, there's just so many ways to win in our program. Yeah, I see we got Miss Hillary out here. And Hillary, if you don't mind, because we've been talking about the travel side of things, I kind of showed you a video a moment ago of you in Crete, Greece. But if you don't mind, just kind of come on and share your own personal experience, kind of from beginning to end, as far as like, what do you do for a living, the kind of trips you've taken, and then I know that you save some money on taxes too.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, you look good, sound good.
Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, this company is the real deal. Like, it's kind of hard to believe how good the deals are, but they're true blue. And I know that because I've used the membership over 26 times last year and about 53 times this year. So 60 times over 2 years has been life-changing for me personally. I run Airbnbs for a living and I own one. And so whenever my house is rented, like right now, I go and rent places. And today I happen to just be in Denver because I live in Colorado. But a lot of times I actually rent overseas, and I've been to Europe, and I was in Italy, Portugal, and France last year, and for 7 weeks. And this year I was in Europe for 10 weeks, and I saved over $20,000 last year with the 26 trips, and then saved $25,000 on my taxes in 2024. And I cannot wait to figure out what I made this year. Or saved anyway. So, and of course that pays way more than the membership, and it's all lifestyle. It's food, travel, trains, everything, planes.
And how much are you paying per month for your membership?
I'm paying $0, and I'm actually getting paid by the company. I got bonuses coming in almost daily because my team is growing.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, guys, think about that. I mean, you're talking about most families in the world. I don't care where they live. I don't care what language they speak. I don't care what religion they practice. I don't care what continent they live on. Most families in the world, most moms and dads, dream of taking their kids on incredible vacations, but they can't afford it. And then when you hear the story of Hillary, like, wait a minute. I mean, number one, I'm saving a fortune, way more than the cost of the membership. I'm getting 2 vacations a year. I'm tapping into all these tax savings. I told 3 people not even paying for the membership. And then because they shared that information with some other friends, now the company's paying me money every month, giving me money to do the thing I wanted to do to begin with, which is travel. It's like, whose side are you on? But it's a complete, changing of the equation from I can't afford to do the thing I'm dreaming of doing to now I'm getting paid to do that very thing. And guys, that is a new idea. It's a fresh idea. It's, and again, you don't have to have everybody. When you look at a market like travel, it's the single largest industry in the world. If we only capture 1/100th of 1%, let me say that again, 1/100th of 1% for your calculators. That's 0.0001. If you capture the tiniest, smidgest little sliver of the travel industry, just that percentage, say, I like Hillary's story. I want to be like Hillary. I like Leisha Mosley's story. I like what happened to her kid, right? I mean, I want to start saving this kind of money. If just 0.0001, see it our way, it'll make us a $1.7 billion company. Now, guys, I mentioned to you guys earlier, we got 2 families making over $1 million a year, 4 families making over 500 grand a year. We got almost 100 families making 100 grand a year. If we capture 0.0001, we would have over 7,000 families making over 100 grand a year. We would have countless families making $1 million a year. And that's with just the tiniest little sliver of the travel industry. Starting from where we are today, every single one of you, if you will be a participant in that growth, can retire yourself, your kids, your grandkids for life. I mean, it's just the simple bringing something new. McDonald's was a new idea at the time. If you catch a new idea, Facebook was a new idea. The iPhone was a new idea. Again, if you're part of a new idea, that's where there's money, or there's huge money. And guys, for every predominant market leader, there's always an alternative. For every McDonald's, there's going to be a Burger King, a Wendy's, some kind of an alternative. For every Domino's pizza, there's a Pizza Hut, there's a Papa John's. For every Coca-Cola, there's a Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, Pepsi. For every iPhone, there's an Android. For every Microsoft, there's an Apple. There's always an alternative, but there is not in travel. In travel, there is a monopoly. You heard it from NBC News investigative reports. We are that alternative. You're bringing something new, something different. You don't need everybody. You don't need everyone to drink 7-Up. Those guys are getting rich. And how many of you had a 7-Up this week? No, I haven't. And they're making millions, right? Because lots of people are drinking 7-Up. You don't need everybody. You just need to be an alternative to the thing that's out there. So I'm going to jump into our compensation program, guys. But just understand that you don't have to have everybody. All you're going to do if you come on board with our company is simply share what you've learned. In fact, we don't even want you to explain it. We just want you to invite someone to this Zoom presentation. We have lots of Zoom presentations. We do live market, where we do, live, price comparisons. Throughout the week, there's different leaders, different kinds of presentations that we do over and over and over again. All you have to do is invite someone to come on and take a look. And it's a very simple model called incentivized sharing. We give the customer an amazing deal, again, 30, 50, 70% off. And then we give that customer a huge incentive to share their savings on social media, to share their savings online, to share their savings with their friends and family. Well, then their friends and family begin to save money, and then we give them the incentive, and it just spreads from person to person to person, guys. It spread to 78 different countries for my wife and I. We barely speak one language. That's the power of showing people how to do the one thing they've always wanted to do. And the reason it's a big deal, here on the screen, this is Warren Buffett. He happens to be the 5th richest man in the entire world. And this is his quote: "Unless you find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die." Now, why would he say that? Because we've reached this inflection point with how we earn income, not just in the United States, but in the global economy. Because there was a time, I was born in 1970, graduated high school in 1989, and in my lifetime, when I was a kid, one person working and they had this great house, great car, great vacations, great life. They weren't worried about paying the bills. They worked for the same company their whole life. Then they would get this great pension, sail off into the sunset, and isn't life swell? Well, guys, does that sound like anything that's remotely describing today? No. We went from the one income family to the two income family. Mom and dad are both working. Then we went to the three income family. Mom and dad are working full time and someone's got a part-time job. Today we got the four income family. Mom and dad are working full time. They're driving Uber on the weekend. And guys, they're not even middle class. 7 out of 10 Americans are no longer middle class. The average household income in the United States is 80 grand a year. To be middle class, you want to buy a home, costs 400 grand. To get a $400,000 mortgage, you must make 120 grand a year. Sorry, you're $40,000 shy of where you need to be, and that gap is getting bigger every year. The fastest growing segment, or one of the fastest growing segments of the global economy, is the gig economy. People doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Airbnb, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, doing eBay, Amazon, trying to sell stuff. Countless people are looking for a new way to make money. Why? Because the old model of go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a job, it's all going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay, and people have figured that out. Guys, on the screen, this is Pastor Guy Taylor. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. And Pastor Guy, he had a lot of health issues. Needed a kidney transplant and some other kind of things. He got involved in our company. Began to share our savings with people. And in our compensation program, you can only have 2 legs. So a moment ago, you heard from Hillary. Let's pretend that Pastor Guy sponsored Hillary. And then you heard from Leisha Mosley, the tax expert. Pastor Guy sponsored Leisha Mosley. Leisha over here, Hillary over here. Anyone else that Pastor Guy brings on has to go below Leisha or Hillary, one of the two. Pastor Guy has no choice. He put in 4 people, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. He's building 2 legs straight down. Well, guess what? Those 4 people were all saving big time money. They were posting on social media, sharing their savings with their friends. And go figure. A couple of them said, man, this is great. How do I sign up? Next thing you know, Pastor Guy's got 8 customers on the left, 8 customers on the right. On average, he's making $550 a month. Well, those 8 customers were all saving big time money. They were posted on social media. This is great. Oh my gosh, I just booked a place 70% off. Oh my, how'd you get that deal? It's this travel thing I joined. Those 8 customers told a couple people each. Next thing you know, there's 25 customers in his left leg, 25 customers in his right leg. And now Pastor Guy was making $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Well, unfortunately, this is where Pastor Guy's health took a turn for the worse. And Pastor Guy ended up passing away. Now, when Pastor Guy died, that $2,000 per month check, that check does not die. That check continues to come in every single month. The only question is, who's the money go to? Does it go to his spouse, his kids, his grandkids, his church? It goes to whoever he decides to leave it to. In this case, he left it to these 2 cute little girls you see on the screen. This is Ava and Gracie. Gotta move this over here. But here's Gracie right here. This is Ava right here. So Ava's 4 years old, Gracie's 6 years old. And the money goes to these 2 little girls. Now they're too young to run a business. So the money goes into a trust account and it gets invested on their behalf every single month. So these 2 girls are now making $2,000 a month. Well, guess what? Those 25 customers on each side were saving money and posting on social media. Next thing you know, they got a couple customers each. Now Pastor Guy had 63 customers here, 63 customers here, and his check went from $1,500 per month to $3,000 to $4,000 per month. He doubled his income after he died. Well, then those 63 on each side told 1 person each. Now he had 125 customers on each side. He's now making $4,000 to $5,000 per month. Then those 125 told a half a person each. And now Pastor Guy had 188 customers on each side. He was now making $9,000 to $12,000 per month. Then they told 1 person each. Then he was making $14,000 to $16,000 per month. He's about to become a 2-star ambassador. Guys, he's gone from $2,000 a month to $200,000 a year since he died. He's making almost 3 times as much as the average American household, and he's up in heaven. And his 2 granddaughters are going to get every bit of that money. They will inherit it. They will be millionairesses. by time they get the money. And guys, the bigger the team gets, the bigger the customer base gets, the bigger the check gets. We've already got 2 families making over $1 million a year. Guys, we will soon have tons and tons of families in that same category. And just so you know, the story I told you is not only true, we just had a second story, unfortunately. This is Ludmila. I knew her well. She was very healthy. Nobody could believe that she passed away, but she passed away about 8-9 months ago. And when she died, she was a 3-star director in our company, making $3,000 per month. After her death, her business continued to grow. Her business went from 3-star director to 4-star director. She became an ambassador about 3 weeks ago. So she went from $3,000 per month to over $10,000 per month since she died. And guess what? Her kids, her grandkids, they inherited that money. She's taking care of her family even from heaven. And guys, that's in Proverbs. It's biblical. If you've never read Proverbs, it says a good person will leave an inheritance not just to their children, but to their children's children. That's the word according to God, not Todd. Don't get those two confused. But it is biblical to leave something behind for your loved ones. And so, guys, that's what this program can do for people. And if you get involved in our company, your absolute worst case scenario is you're going to go on a couple of amazing vacations. Well, guys, what I want to do real quick is I want to get out of the way. I want to bring this over to my buddy, Adam Morrow. Guys, he is a rock star. I mean, he's got such an incredible story. But I'm going to have him, spend some time. Adam, tell your story. Go ahead and close out the whole call tonight. For real this time. Close out the whole call tonight. And Adam, appreciate you so much.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I appreciate you asking me to share. And guys, as Todd said, my name is Adam, and I have a background in finance, but this idea was brought to me almost 3 years ago. And what got me excited, like the money is amazing, but what got me excited, what made me move were the price points on the trips that I already knew I wanted to go on ever since I was like a little kid. But seeing price points were like, literally like one of my first world tours, $29 for the entire week at a 5-star all-inclusive. Like those were the price points that got me excited. And so guys, not even coming here to make any money, started making money. But before that, guys, my first trip, I went to Hawaii. I saved over $6,000 on a 2-week Hawaii vacation. And I grew up like, a broke kid in the Northeast United States. So you tell your friends when you're growing up, hey, I want to go to Hawaii. You might as well say, I want to go to the moon. It's just as close, it feels like, right? But what was amazing about that, guys, is not even trying to share, not even really looking at trying to get 3 and free, just looking at having more fun in my life. Before I got back to the mainland, I had 3 people saying, dude, send me your link. Like, I want to travel like that too. So without even trying, really, truly, I was able to, have 3 people that said, I want to do this too. And that really told me something like, this is special. This is unique. I've never had that experience before. But guys, fast forward the tape, 3 years later, I've been on over more than 20 weeks of 4- and 5-star holiday. And I saved over $30,000 booking travel the way that Todd just shared with us this evening. And that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money to keep in your pocket. But what's more impressive to me is what I actually spent of my own money out of pocket for those 20 plus weeks of holiday. And that included bringing guests with me and our airfare. It was only about $6,000 out of pocket. Guys, I saved 5 times more than I even spent. And then at that point, really excited to share, invited people to cool overviews like these. And within about 6 to 12 months, I had replaced a full-time income just by sharing the one thing that I was doing that I love doing, which is travel. And for me, talking about travel, it's fun to do. It's easy to talk about. And when you have great people like the ones that we got to hear from tonight, it makes sharing the vision that much easier. So, Todd, we want to thank you, brother, for, always giving us these presentations. All of our friends, travel homies that share their experiences, we want to thank you guys too. And then, of course, our guests, our friends that are hopping on and seeing this for the first or maybe second time, we want to thank you as well. And what I will say without any bias, just completely candidly with you, is this membership is awesome. Not only has it saved me 5 times more than it's even cost me at this point in the journey, I'm not even paying for this thing anymore. And it's creating a full-time residual income for me and my family, which to me is so important because slow mornings, I love them. They're priceless to me. But my big dream is to retire my mother and then, of course, become a full-time father, full-time husband when that time of my life comes. And so I'm really, really grateful to Trevorium. I'm grateful for the opportunity and I'm grateful for the platform. But what I would say is holler at your friend that invited you on, say, send me that link. And let's all jump back on this Zoom tomorrow night, same time, same Zoom link, so Todd can do another presentation for us and our guests. So appreciate you guys. Be good. Peace and love. See you tomorrow.